Linda.
Benny?
Huh?
What have you done?
What? No, it ain't me, Mr. Dutton. It's Linda. There's something wrong. Have a look. I'm ever so glad you're still here. I wouldn't have known what to do. Is it best that I ring a doctor?
It's too late for that, Benny. This girl's dead.
Dead?
Come out of the way while I phone the police.
Police? What do you want police for?
Because you've killed her, you maniac! What do you think?
No, I didn't. I just come in. I found her lying
Benny,
there.
look at you. Look at your hands.
Blood, I must have got it when I lifted her up. Look, and we better get a doctor. I mean, she can't be dead. I was only talking to her this afternoon.
Yes, we all heard you talking to her this afternoon. If I'd imagined this was going to happen, I'd never have... It's too late now. Come into the office, Benny, while I phone the police.
Oh. I saw the light under the door. I thought I must have left it on.
No, you didn't. I decided to come back later.
You were off to bed ages ago.
Well, I changed my mind, you know. I felt like reading for a bit.
Must be a good book.
Not really. I seem to get into it somehow.
Sandy, what's gone wrong?
Has something gone wrong?
Well, that's what I'm asking you. Has something happened to make you suddenly want to leave home and get a job somewhere else?
This isn't sudden, Mum. This has been on the cards since Christmas. You know that.
But I put it out of my mind. I thought you had.
No, I've been considering Joe's offer very seriously.
But why? You've never wanted to leave home before.
I've never had this sort of offer before.
Well, aren't you happy here? Is that it?
You don't understand, do you? I've been too happy here. That's part of the trouble.
No, you're right. I don't understand. Too happy? What does that mean?
Well, too comfortable, too protected. I've got to fend for myself one day, Mum, and it's now or never. I might not get the chance again.
So you really want to go?
I don't know. I can't make my mind up. I've got to be certain.
When Joe Shaw first made this offer, you said you'd talk it all over with me before you decided anything. Now you don't seem to want to even talk anymore.
I can't, Mum. I'm just beginning to realize this is one decision I have to make for myself.
Right. I'll try not to interfere. Good night.
Good night, Mum. Thank you.
See, I left my jacket in the workshop and I went over the car. It was warm and I know that you were working late.
Me? What made you think that?
What you said? Don't you remember? You say you have a lot of paperwork to get up with.
But I finished that hours ago, Benny. I only came back here by chance because I left my briefcase. Carry on. Tell me everything that happened.
Well, I got my jacket and then I saw a light underneath the washroom door. And I called out just to say good night, like. When you didn't answer it, I went to the door and I opened it. There she were.
You came in here and found her dead, is that what you're saying?
I thought you were teasing. I thought you were pretending. And I saw the blood. And I thought she was at a bad.
Yes.
must have been somebody from outside. They must have break in.
But Benny, how did she get here? Are you sure you didn't make any arrangements to meet her here tonight?
No, I didn't. I didn't want nothing more to do with her. I hated her. But I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have killed it. You do believe me, don't you?
It hardly matters what I believe, Benny. It's the police you've got to worry about.
Please.
Well, they'll have to be told. I ought to phone them now.
No. No, please. They never believed me. Not after last time.
Have you been in trouble before, Benny?
A long time ago. I just got a fight with some blokes. Then there were accidents.
Accident?
I didn't mean to hurt him. I didn't want him to go to hospital.
Oh, no.
I just wanted to scare him. Stop bothering Miss Diane.
I came close to believing you then. Do you know that, Benny?
What do you mean?
I mean, you're in a hell of a lot of trouble, lad, giving me all that flannel about coming in here and finding her dead. You killed her. Of course you did, with a history like yours. You made a date with her, you arranged to meet her here, she said something you didn't like, so you beat her up.
No, I didn't. I just
save your breath, Benny, I've heard enough.
But you've got to listen to
No,
me.
I don't. You tell the police. Benny, there's a girl lying in there with her skull smashed in. And you killed her. Should have phoned them 10 minutes ago. Hello, is that the police?
No.
Benny, come back here.
Hello? Thought you'd gone to bed hours ago.
Yes, that seems to be the general consensus. First Mom, now you.
Yeah. Well, I finished for one day.
Really, I would have thought you hadn't started yet.
Not about you, but I'm off to bed.
Well, yeah, I mean, after you've done what you came in to do, I'm sure.
I haven't the faintest idea what you're talking about. I've just finished a long, tiring evening on duty and reception, and I'm in no mood for parlour games.
Jolly good, that makes two of us. Let's be quite frank, shall we? She sent you in here to have a go at me, right?
What?
Mom, after the little chat we had earlier. What are you supposed to do, try and talk me out of it?
For your information, I haven't seen your mother since, about 9 o'clock.
But she did tell you about the offer from Joe Shaw.
Oh, yes, of course. It concerns me, too, as co-director of the motel.
I suppose so. The trouble is, she doesn't see it like that. If she were just my boss, I could give him my notice and leave this place without a moment's worry.
So, is that what you'd like to do?
It's what I ought to do. I ought to accept Joe's offer. It's a chance of a lifetime.
I hadn't realized the terms of the offer were so generous.
It's not the terms, David. It's the independence.
You're independent already.
Am I? Joe Shaw knows what it's like to be in my situation. He's spent his entire life in a wheelchair or on crutches. And despite that, he's managed to hold down a damn good job and run his own business.
I realize that.
Joe's
You
one of
hold
the
down
only
a job,
people
but you-
who treat me on equal terms. Everybody else, you, Mom, everybody, you all make allowances. I've had enough of that, David.
Come on. This is your home. You're bound to feel a special kind
I
of...
don't want anything special. I just want to get out there and do a job without everybody fussing over me. I want to be like Joe, lead my own life.
Please, please.
The Brands Hatch favorite. Ed Stewpot's favorite. The Playtime favorite. Alan Price's favorite. John Lloyd's favorite. The ballroom dancer's favorite. The typing pool's favorite. Billy Smart's favorite. Which sort of all sort is your sort?
Yeah, the way these cream cakes flaunt themselves, it's enough to lead a girl astray. Given half a chance.
Fresh cream cakes. Naughty.
But nice.
You know, a girl can get through an awful lot of lettuce on a calorie-controlled diet, and pots of yogurt. More than a few ounces of cheese, too. Maybe even the odd glass of carrot juice. Well, thank goodness for Heinz low-calorie soups. They're warming, satisfying, but no more than 75 calories each. They go down a treat. Because Heinz low-calorie soups treat slimmers like normal human beings.
If you're like me, you want cleanness every time you wash and value for money every time you buy. That's why I buy Square Deal Surf. It gives me the cleanness I want at the Square Deal price, every time.
Get the value of Surf Square Deal, always. Crunch.
Dairy Crunch. A shattering taste from Nestle's.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Richardson.
Hello, Doris. I thought it was your day off.
It is. I only came in because I was worried. You haven't seen anything of Benny, have you?
I'm afraid not. Why?
Well, I can't understand it. He didn't get back to his digs last night. Didn't come home at all.
Well, I shouldn't worry, Doris. He's gone missing and turned up smiling before.
Yes, that's what I thought. I hoped I'd find him in here. That's why I came in so early.
Could you give me a hand with this, please? It's the holiday roster.
Yes, of course. Want it up on the notice board, do you?
Yes, please.
Morning.
Morning.
There's a dirty big copper outside the garage and won't let me through.
What?
Yeah, police car all over the place. What's going on? Has there been a break-in or something?
Oh, something must have happened to Benny.
Benny? Why Benny?
Oh, Miss Luke's a bit worried because he went absent without leave last night. You didn't take him back to your place by any chance?
No. Asked him back for supper, but he said he couldn't make it. What's going on?
Eh?
All this activity, the fuzz and all that.
Well, I'm not quite clear about it yet.
Perhaps he went back to Hayward. That Linda was here yesterday with the van.
Now, there's another funny thing.
What?
That van is still parked outside.
You sure it's the same one?
Oh, positive, Doris. Once worked on, never forgotten. Hey, you don't think they could have eloped, eh? Taking the milk train to Gretna?
Oh, it's nothing to joke about. I shan't rest till I know he's all right. I've got to go down to the village this morning, but I'll be back about lunchtime. Perhaps he'll have come in for work later.
Of course he'll turn up, Doris. Look, it's only 8 o'clock and I'm early myself. I wonder if there has been a break-in. I wonder what they've nicked. Tell you what, I hope they've nicked that sports job, the one with the dodgy gearbox. Didn't fancy working on that one little bit.
More coffee?
No, thanks. Seem to have been drinking coffee all night, ever since the police arrived.
Yes.
Did you know her? This girl, this Linda?
Well, I've seen her about the place. I wouldn't say I knew her.
Can't say I've ever spoken to her, except good morning, when our paths crossed. I still can't believe it. What did you say to the staff?
I told the ones on duty in the kitchen. We'll have to make sure the rest are told as and when they arrive.
How did they take it?
Well, I didn't encourage them to discuss it. I gave them a lot of work to get on with. And I'd like to keep the news from the guests as long as I can.
Yeah, I suppose that's best.
To keep things ticking over normally. Business as usual.
You think you can?
Must try.
Yeah. I had rather a difficult conversation with Sandy last night. Oh, before any of this happened.
Yes, you told me.
I suppose there are always difficulties. The generation gap.
Sure, I seem to remember Chris mentioned that in passing once or twice.
Of course, Chris, I'm sorry. Have you seen him this morning?
No.
Well, perhaps he hasn't come in yet.
Come in? What do you mean?
Well, from Castlewich, from Diane's flat. You moved out of the chalet yesterday and went to stay with Diane, didn't you know?
I certainly did not. In fact, he told me categorically he would not be doing that. On earth is he playing at?
I've no idea. But then there are a lot of things going on here at the present that I don't understand.
Cheerio, then.
Good morning. Good morning. Oh, good morning.
Morning.
Hasn't taken you long to get at it.
Huh?
Well, first morning here and into action already.
Oh, yes, yes. Was there something you wanted?
Well, Mr. Watkins, really. Wanted a word with him.
Oh, he's loafing about somewhere.
Nothing urgent, just on the off chance.
I'll give him a shout now. Pop?
Yes.
You wanted?
Yeah, no more.
On his way.
Been out this morning, have you?
No.
Oh.
Why?
Well, I just wondered.
Here we are, then. Oh, Miss Luke.
Good morning, Mr. Watkins. I was just about to ask your son-in-law here. Been out by any chance this morning, have you?
Early on, down the garage to fill up. Why?
Well, it's Benny.
Eh?
You met him, remember?
Yes, of course.
I just wondered if you'd seen anything of him in the village this morning.
No.
I was just wondering.
Hasn't been in here, Harry. Big lad, curly hair.
With a funny hat on.
How do you mean funny?
Well, one of them woolen things. The times I've been on about getting something decent.
No, hasn't been in here.
It was just a thought.
Well, what's the matter then?
Well, he didn't get back to his lodgings last night.
Oh.
Stays at the same place as me, you see.
Well, you know what these young lads are.
Oh, but not Benny.
Well, he's probably out on the town, isn't he? Having a bit of a raver. Could do with it and all, stuck down here.
Oh, no. That's not like Benny. Not like Benny at all.
Well, if he's out all night, he's got to be up to something, hasn't he? Let's hope he's enjoying himself. You're only young once. Good luck to the lad, I say.
What is going on? I can't even get to my own office now. I'm expecting an important phone call at 9.
Look, why don't you just sit down and have some coffee? Huh?
No, thanks. I just had breakfast. Do you know what's going on over there?
Not really. Something about a break-in.
Heck of a lot of action for a break-in. Did you make this?
Yeah, it's easy once you know how. All you do is pour some boiling water onto this brown powder stuff and boom, boom.
It's impossible, but you went wrong somewhere.
Oh, come on, it's hot and wet. What else do you want?
Yeah.
You haven't seen Benny in your travels anywhere, have you?
No. Just a lot of very young and rather jumped-up policemen.
Yeah. Doris was in here a minute ago, worrying herself sick because apparently didn't go home last night.
Well, he's old enough to have the occasional night out, isn't
That's what I thought.
This is terrible.
I do my best.
Morning.
Maybe now we'll have some news.
Yeah.
Morning, Mr. Dunn.
What's all this about a break-in?
Any of that coffee, eh?
Doesn't come with a gold seal of approval.
Anything will do. Who said it was a break-in?
Me, but I'm just guessing.
Yeah, well, you guessed wrong.
Why? What then?
Murder.
What?
Well, the police aren't sure yet, of course, but that's what it looks like.
Murder? In our garage?
Who's been murdered?
That girl from the farm, what was her name?
Linda Welsh.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
You mean she was done in our garage?
Fractured skull.
Oh, God.
I found her in the washroom.
Oh, horrible. Do the police have any idea who did it?
Oh, yes, they know who did it, all right.